Okay, uh, just wanted to say what's up, everybody, to YouTube. Also, yeah, I just want to, just get into it. How day going? Yada yada yada, all that stuff. Hopefully y'all out there doing good. I just want to talk about grateful, ungrateful, job discrimination, and TSA. It's all in the same nature. That's why the title say what it say. So I'm gonna get right to it. We all have our ungrateful moments. Me especially. I ain't gonna lie. I've been ungrateful for a minute, and that's not okay because I had to realize, like, look, I might not have the best job, but I have a job. I might not have a big ass house, but I got a good, you know, living space. Um, and sometimes we get too ungrateful to the point where it's like, it make us look at ourselves. Not to mention if you have a partner that'll look at you crazy, like, you know, I can admit I was ungrateful, and most recently, I ain't gonna lie, my old lady had to snap me out of it because I'd just be overwhelmed with life sometimes because I'd be feeling like why I'm not at my goal I put out there, or why I'm not at the top where I'm supposed to be. But I have to realize don't nothing happen overnight, don't nothing come to nobody, don't nothing come to a dreamer but a dream. And to know that we all have our grateful moments and our ungrateful moments. We all just gotta stop ourselves sometimes and say, you know what? Instead of saying, man, I wish I had, just say, I'm thankful for what I do have, and don't worry about what you don't have. And it'll work itself out, and you'll figure out that life ain't really all about materialistic things and the things that we want in life. Like the TSA agents, I want to talk about that real quick. Only because I have something to say about it. See, this is what happens in America when you don't hire people that's driven. If you're not driven to come to work, do your job, and go home and make some money, what do you expect? Okay, I'm not saying it's okay for them to work without pay. I've been there, but look at my situation. I'm working right now in 98-degree weather, and when the summertime comes, it's triple digits. I'm walking around there. So TSA agents. I worked at the airport. They got the simplest job, even though it could be complicated. They're around AC. They just got to stand up all day. Like I said, they. I'm not saying everybody ungrateful, but that's what happens when you don't hire the people that's driven. Cause I went to work before. Like I said, even at this job, I got paid. How I put it, I had to work without getting paid, and then it does cause a disruption in your household, especially the pay that they paying us nowadays for these jobs, which is not okay. But it's like, what you gonna do? This life. It don't stop for nobody. But I also want to say this is what happened to them jobs out there, to them corporations. You wonder why you always got somebody robbing your house and stealing your shit? Because guess what? They don't have it. And if you won't hire them to get it, what you think gonna happen? They gonna do it. They gotta do what they can for their family and for themselves. And I know that's selfish, but it's like, I damn if I do, I damn if I don't. So, and everybody get mad. Oh man, you know, like why do I know there's a lot of people in California that's in the wealthy parts. They bitching and crying about how they don't feel safe in the richest part of California. Well, guess what? You're next door to the poorest part of California. And guess what? A lot of us don't have what you have. So what you think gonna happen if they don't got it? They gonna go get it. You can't get mad about it. Only thing I can say is be smart, have you some armed security, and don't go outside looking too flashy with a Rolex on and driving a Bentley. And when you damn well you got to go to Midtown, because a lot of people don't know this. Midtown is still the trenches. It may look nice, but it's still the trenches. And then when you cross over to the west side, because a lot of people like to cross over to, I don't know what it is, but a lot of people like to cross over to the ghetto because they know that's where the good food spots is. Yeah, okay, Inglewood, decent. I ain't got nothing against Inglewood. But don't get it fucked up. It still could get real for you over there. So it's like, what do you expect us to do? Like, a lot of minorities go through a lot. Like, we have to battle through all this shit. But then you gotta understand the people that grew up not having. Like, when you don't have it, what you expect for somebody to feel like? You always getting talked about how you smell, how you look, what you got on. And then when somebody just deck you in your shit and take what you got, you want to get mad and go tell your family or tell somebody, hey, this person robbed me. But you didn't tell them how you picked on that person constantly because they didn't have it. So it's like, a lot of people, they just don't know how to live. And they feel like we all supposed to just be like, oh, hunky-dory and cool about it. And that's not how it go. Hello, Juan Carlos. Hello, Eclipse FC. Like I was saying, you know, a lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, some of them TS agents, they got it good because I wish I could just call off work and don't go to work and still get paid. I wish I could do that. I can't do that. I have to come to work. If I don't come to work, guess what? Me and my family, we don't eat. Me and my family can't go do nice things. I can't go buy my lady or my child something nice. That's just how it go. But it's like, at this time, life is real hard right now. Life is tough. It's tough than what right now. But at the same time, it's only supposed to make you tougher and to keep you driven to keep going. And some people need to hear that because I had those times I'm sitting at work, man, I'm in this heat, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but then I'm like, at least I'm making some money because I got a homeboy who can't get a job. I got a family member or I know somebody that I, grew up with that can't get a job like me. Yeah, it may not be the best job, but it's still a job. And yeah, a lot of people might sit there and say, oh yeah, the working man is corny. Working man not corny at all. He getting money, he taking care of his family. Now the wannabes that gotta go, like I ain't saying wannabes, I want to say the people that really don't have to do what they do, they just do it just because. Those are the real wannabes right there, you feel me? That makes them corny. But the ones that really ain't have it and they really gotta, I know people like that really grew up not having it, they have to go do it. You 12, you look around, your life is bad. But you gotta go out here, back in my time, go put that hoodie on and go see what you can go scramble up. If you go to a food drive, or you just happen to find somebody that's just a victim. I ain't saying it's okay to rob and kill and steal and all that, but what do y'all want people in America to do? It's only getting worse. So what y'all want us to do? Sit around, be broke, and say, oh, sing kumbaya, and hope that somebody come give us something? Fuck that, because nobody ain't gonna give you shit. You see, celebrities is barely giving anybody any chances. They taking away chances, and they ain't giving shit. Okay, yeah, the wealthiest people, they got it to give, but you think they're going to give to everybody? They're not giving to everybody. They picking and choosing who they want to give to. So when TSA agents be like, man, my job sucks, bro. You ain't walking around in triple degree weather. Summer, it's not even summertime. It's springtime right now, and it's 98 degrees in California where I'm at. It's going to be triple digits come summertime. You know how many bottles of water I have to drink? You know how much I have to pace myself and sit in my car so I don't pass out because it's super hot where I'm at. And they sitting there bitching and complaining about, oh, I didn't get paid. Man, if you don't man up or woman up and go do what you gotta do, that's how this shit go. This is life. This is how it goes. I don't agree with it at all. Because I feel like that time, even when I feel like, man, I'm supposed to have wood on my check. But at least I still got a check. That's at least you still got a check, I mean, I'm glad I don't work a government job. Look at what people going through who work for the government. This shit is crazy. They going through it right now. But I want to get on job discrimination because I talked enough about TSA. But the job discrimination needs to stop, bro. And that go for them too, because the same person that won't hire you or the same person that'll fire you, guess what? Remember, you can hire and fire somebody real quick, but guess what? That security ain't walking to your car at night armed unless you got it like that. And guess what? People like that, they be victims for a reason because it's like you shit on people that's trying. You don't want to help people that's really trying. That's like they gotta go, they gotta do this, they want to do this, they want to do that, but they need a job. But if you don't give them a shot to get a job, guess what? Guess who food you end up on somebody's table? Exactly. And then they want to get mad and be on the news crying. And oh man, we didn't expect this to happen. And this and that. Like, I'm going to use a perfect example. Like the dude with that jewelry store robbery. He got robbed, right? And he was on the news like, man, we just reopened up our stores. We got hit and, I threatened them with my gun. They pistol whipped me and took my gun from me. And it was like, bro, you playing with people that really don't have it. So they went and got it. And then imagine if he had said, you know what, hey, y'all want a job here? Like, y'all don't have to rob me. Y'all want a job here? I'll hire you. Just don't steal from me. That's all I'm asking. I'll pay y'all top dollar. And guess what? He wouldn't have been a victim. But because he didn't want to hire people, or because he feel like, because I looked at the dude. He looked like one of them dudes like, oh, I got wealth, you don't got it. Well, guess what? Somebody got your jewelry and they went to go cash out. And you ain't got it. And I know for a fact they didn't catch everybody in that robbery. It's not okay to rob people. I'm saying it's like, it's not easy for nobody out here. Everybody going through it. To the people that's lazy, that don't want to get a job, and they feel not driven to go get a job, bro. That's the reason why your life is worse. That's the reason why you forever stuck in the trenches. Because you don't want to elevate your mind and you don't want to grow. So how would you expect to make it out? And I know a lot of people are like, who are you to judge? I'm not judging because I've been in people's situations. I've been in people's shoes. I know what it feel like to, man, such and such just put up in a little, it didn't even have to be a nice car back then. It could have been a Buick. It could have been a Honda. I'm like, man, who they is that think they pulling up in a Honda in front of me and I ain't got a car? But then again, I didn't know how to drive. Then again, I don't have the money for a car, But you gotta stay driven for these things, because if you don't, it's gonna continue to go left on you. Like, I don't like that crime is high in California. But I notice how a lot of people are getting away from California for that reason. If you think this was out of control in the 80s and all that, you see how it is now. This is nothing compared to what the 90s was. It was always something going on in the 90s and 2000s. It's just, that's the way life is out here. It's not okay. But it's the way it gotta be. I don't agree with it at all. Shit is not cool. So all I really want people to do is, when you feel like, man, my life ain't going the way I want it to, or you start beating up on yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. Stop. Instead of saying, man, I wish, to say, I'm grateful for what I have. That go for me, myself. I'm going to start stopping myself and saying, hey, man, instead of saying I wish, I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for what I have. Don't be ungrateful, because being ungrateful don't get you nowhere, and it's not going to create an opportunity for you to be grateful. Straight up.